All right. We're doing a morning inspiration session. That sounds kind of fluffy. But we're going to be making a song in Studio One, basically, and I'm just trying to get some ideas flowing. So I'm going to do this with you on a recording. I'm going to start with Halion 7 because it's my favorite plugin, I think, at least for today. Because it's so big and has so many options that whatever we think of, I think we could kind of pull it off in Halion. But let's use one of the little synths in it, Voltage, and let's just try some sounds in here. Arpeggio Classic. That's pretty cool. How about this without the arpeggio? I'm going to turn that off. There we go. And maybe not as many effects. Now, how do you turn off the effects in Halion? This is not a class on Halion, but I'm just going to go into the mixer real quick, hit a couple buttons that probably seem pretty confusing, and then just turn off some of these effects. Let's see, how do I get to them? Gosh, maybe I can't do it. There's a delay. Why don't I turn it off? All right, I don't want to turn it off, but let me just lower it a little bit. There we go. All right, let's start with that because I like that tone. And let's pick a tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 102. Let's do it. Okay, we started with F, so let's just start with F. All right, I don't like that, but that's all right. I'm going to keep it anyway because you never know what's going to happen a little later. So I'm going to quantize it. I'm going to grab some drums, and I'm just going to start creating. We're going to pick Groove Agent SE, which is another Steinberg plugin, and let's just pick a random kit like Techno Kit 1. Let's use that. All right. And that's all we're going to do for the drums. Let's quantize that, and then we could duplicate it. It's kind of funky. It's not bad. Let's bring Halion back in on another instance, single instrument. And I want to do some type of like top-end arpeggiated kind of thing. So let's just go for guitar plucked and see what kind of stuff. I'm going to click all, and we have 362 options. And I'm just going to pick something random. What's Vibe Clean? All right, I hate it, but this is another fun thing to do. Let's take something we hate and turn it into something we like instead of just digging through all our presets. So what I'm going to do is just probably do some top line kind of thing, like. All right, let's quantize that. And let's add some delay to this. And the way I like to add delays is I want to put them in as a send. So I'm going to go to Effects. I'm going to take Analog Delay and just chuck it in as a send. And let's just let's solo this. I think it's pretty cool. So let's hear how it sounds with everything else. Too much delay. Let's take some. All right, and let's take a look at what we did here because there's a couple wrong notes. So let's do a little bit of correction here. I don't know why that's not starting. It should start right there. That note's wrong. There we go. All right, cool. It's actually not bad. See, it started out crappy, then it got less crappy. So let's just start it out with the arpeggio, and let's put the arranger on, make this our intro, and then make this the verse. All right, I got an idea. So I like it when it's transposed up to 12. I'm debating maybe for the intro we make it transposed up. That's right. Okay, we're going to here's what we're going to do. We're going to select this. We're going to bounce it, put it on its own track, then take this guy, transpose it up to 12. And so we have this to start off. And let's do something with this to make it a little different. Let's add an effect. And let's see what we got here. What do we have in our effects? What's flare? Let's try that. I think it's a Native Instruments plugin. It looks cool. What does it do? I don't even know what it does. Let's try something else. What's Master Magic? No, not Master Magic. Faces? What about that? All right, let's try that. It's a little weird, but we'll do it anyway. And what's Predator effects? Let's just chuck it on there and see what it does. All right, let's start off with that. We're using basically the Predator's reverb. And let's add some vocals. I know it's weird, but let's just do it anyway. Check 1, 2. Ooh, ooh, Studio One. Let's try something like that. Here we go. 2. Studio One. Studio One. Studio One. Studio One. I love Studio One. I really love Studio One. I love my Studio One. Okay, don't like that at all. But this was pretty cool, the first part. So let's bring that out and try this. I love Studio One. Here we go. Time to rock it. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio Studio One. Okay, that second one I liked, so let's keep that one. Ooh, Studio One. See, you have to create something terrible to get something good, so I'm just going to duplicate that track. And let's add some harmonies over it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How about there? Ooh, 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 Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. Okay, I messed up that second one. How do I sing the second one? Ooh, ooh. How about that? Ooh. 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 Ooh, Studio One. Good enough. Let's do another track. And let's see what we got here. So we have these. Ooh, Studio One. So we have. Ooh. 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 How about that? Ooh. Ooh, Studio One. I don't know how that's going to come out. I did it wrong. Let's try it though. Ooh, Studio One. All right, let's try it again. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. All right, one more. Get that click in there, plus all the other instruments. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh, Studio One. 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 All right, not bad. So why don't we start off the song? I had no idea this was going to be an acapella when I started it. Just trying to get some juices flowing. I'm sweating a little bit. Got some coffee in my veins. So why don't we just bring these? If I hold Alt and drag, we can start off with them. Ooh, Studio One. And let's do this. Select them all, right click, make a bus for the selected channels. This way, let me shorten these, clean this up a little bit. Here's the bus for vocals. Let's call this vocal bus. And for anybody who has not, who doesn't know what a bus is, it's basically one channel, one mixer channel that you could put multiple other mixer channels into. So all you need to do is add one effect. Like if I want to add room reverb here as a send, to add some reverb, that would sound nifty. So, let's hear. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. Oh, I didn't want to chop that. I accidentally chopped this. How do I unchop it? I love Studio One. I love Studio One. What did I do? I feel like I broke something. Let me undo a bunch of stuff. Okay. Yeah, I didn't select it properly. All right, so let's unconfuse things here. So I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, let's do this now. So I want to bring these to here, and I want to copy these to the beginning, and I want to add an effect or a vocal bus, and add a room reverb to it as a send. Okay, now we're back to where we were, but I didn't chop anything off. Ooh, Studio One. And that's all. That's all we're going to do for that intro. How about that? So the intro will only go to there. That'll be cool. And then everything else starts. So let's bring all this like this. And let's hear how this sounds. But, what can I do here? I'm going to do something else. Let's just hear it. Ooh, Studio One. I love Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. All right, way too much reverb, but I like having this much reverb for these beginning ones. So why don't I just bounce all these guys? But in order to bounce them and make them sound good, I'm going to put a little reverb. Oh no, they're bounceable. Let's do this. Where'd they go? Oh, they're already bounced. What am I doing? They're audio files. I want to burn the effects into it is basically what I wanted to do. So not quite sure how to do that, to be honest. Ooh. It did not burn the effects in. I want the effects burned into that. Huh, if anybody knows how to do that, let me know. Okay, anyway. Ooh, Studio One. So that's cool. And then how about this? We'll just automate the reverb. And we'll just kind of lower it when it gets here. That's all we'll do. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. And let's actually make the reverb really jacked up here. And maybe start it off with nothing and bring it in. Ooh, Studio One. Like this. Ooh, Studio One. I love Studio One. I love Studio One. But I don't want the reverb crazy there, so let's bring it down like here. I love Studio One. I love Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. Ooh, Studio One. I love Studio One. All right. That was a morning jam session. It was very disjointed. I don't know if you learned anything from that. Am I going to post it on YouTube? Yes. Does it suck? Maybe. But I'm going to post it anyway. All right. So I hope you guys maybe got something out of this. Maybe it'll encourage you to maybe start recording vocals, because I'm just screaming into a mic like a lunatic. And I've been singing a lot with my acoustic band, Barcode. So I've actually been getting better. So my voice isn't that bad. I have some vibrato and stuff in there. But I just started singing last year. I took one lesson. Only one lesson. Maybe two. But anyway, moral of the story. Start singing, because it's just tons of fun. Even if you don't like your voice, you'll when you start to get it on tune and it's sounding good, you're going to really like it. Anyway, I'll see you guys next video.